Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we're not going to talk about a vegan teacher because she's a bit stale right now. There's nothing about her what's bad, but instead we're going to talk about horrible people on TikTok. There will be sadly abuse on TikTok, like abuse on animals, and also a vegan that gives false information out. And I know that I have been ill and not making videos. I'm deeply sorry, but Mother Nature right now, it's been very mean to me. So just enjoy the video and I'll see you on Tuesday for a live stream. So TikTok has a really bad issue on animal abuse and of course false information about, of course, diets. But right now we're going to focus on the main thing, which is of course animal abuse. And there is this person called C7EUFM0. It might be an actual name, but I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna call him C7. And all of his lives and all of his content is literally making bugs fight. I know that some people will say, "Oh, insects are not animals." Like, I'm not wrong. Someone's actually said that. They are animals. They're a type of animals. They're invertebrates, and it's like what he's doing is really bad. Like, imagine this was someone who was putting bugs in a container, may I say. They literally are in a container, the bugs. But instead of bugs in a container, it's dogs having a fight, like dog fights or even chicken fights. You would count that as animal abuse because they're, getting forced to fight. But then you got people like this donut who says they're insects. It's not abuse. It is still abuse, no matter what. Any animal, if you force them to fight, like what he's doing, using his tongs and making them all mad by getting them into their own personal space, it's abuse. It's like saying, of course, I already said dog fights and chicken fights, but it's also like me saying that if a stranger went up to someone and literally just started poking them with like a metal bar or something, that's abuse. It can count as abuse no matter what. And they're living creatures, insects. Now, I know I'm not vegan, but I do love animals. I love animals more than humans. I find animals very interesting, how they live, how they just exist. But TikToks like this is really bad. And it's not just him. There is so many creators on TikToks that abuse animals and just animals in general. And it's just disgusting. And TikTok will do nothing about it. Like, going back to the C7 guy, he's literally, there's a whole thing that he's left, a camel spider. The headless, may I say. It has no its fangs, it has nothing. And it's just laying pretty much on its stomach, just pretty much praying to God, if it is still alive. And you have these horrible people, and I mean they're really horrible. Like, I remember I was on one of these live streams and there was over 300 people on the stream. And they were the way that the guy, puts the bugs into the container is by people gifting him. And it's of course, oh, you get a cap and you put a bloody bullet ant in there, or even some rare animals. Again, camel spiders, yes, they are quite common in hot places, but there's been a decline on camel spiders because of the weather and the misinformation of camel spiders. They're getting killed for no reason. Now, let's get into the vegan who made false information. And they are called, Are You Good or Evil? First thing I want to say is that, of course, she shows pictures of animals getting mistreated. But they're really old, you can tell by the quality on the pictures. And may I say, her fan base, they are very, very sensitive. Especially this one person, may I say, who I pretty much said my usual thing about plants, that they have 5 senses, they can feel, they can remember, they can think. And then this may I say, this kid, they might be way older than me, but they acted like a kid. They said you know, oh, but plants are not sentient, you know, they can't feel pain. They can feel pain. Plants can feel pain. It's just a different way how they feel pain to us. And they got very sensitive when they said plants don't have a brain, they can't feel pain. So I went, so you're saying jellyfish can't feel pain too? They got very sensitive about that. And I mean very, very sensitive. Because they were like, oh, but they got primitive, you know, functionality and everything like that. I was like, so do plants. They, you know, they can move if they want to. That you just, you know, I'm pretty much what you're saying, but you know, I'm saying it's an animal. You're saying it's a plant. And also, do you know how I got that fan was very sensitive? It's because he said he wasn't sensitive, which always means that he got really sensitive about the topic what I, you know, was just speaking about. Now, with the actual creator, I will tell you that, like, what she said about, you know, how animals are getting tortured and everything like that, it's just a vegan teacher. It's literally, if you know the vegan teacher, it's literally just that. Like, look, she actually kind of looks like the vegan teacher, but the most funniest thing is this.
But I'm sure there are vegans out there that don't kill mosquitoes. Like, so I kind of feel bad. It's like, not like I said, I'm not hell bent on killing mosquitoes. But
and that's all you need to hear from her, because why would she say about not killing mosquitoes? She kills mosquitoes. So guess what? We got another person who kills mosquitoes and they're vegan. So welcome to the bloody not vegan table. Are you good or evil? And, you know, going back to your name anyway, I can really and proudly say you are evil. Congratulations. And also, congratulations to her fan, because guess what as well? You are evil too. Congratulations. Also, this other kid, you know, mentioned me in someone's TikTok video, and owner of that video is a vegan bodybuilder. So I just said this. So yeah, that's it for the video. Eat steak.